So icky, a game where I have to roll dice. Dave, and tonight, sports fans, we are going to be getting involved deeply into some Mutant Mayhemball League, where not only will our contestants or athletes be able to win fortune and fame and glory upon the field of honor, but also they might just survive. With that, we're going to just jump right in. Last time we left off, we were in Neon Oasis, their first away game, the newly assembled Jack's 45, or Rowdy Jack's 45, I believe. Uh, and they were trying to figure out who they were going to be playing. They knew the team. They knew the team's name, the Neon Annihilators. But up to this point, it's been kept very hush hush. No one knows who the actual players are. So our players, the Razorville Rowdy Jacks 45, decided to infiltrate their private training facility late at night when they do all their training behind closed doors. And thus far, they have successfully infiltrated the compound. They ran into one night watchman and convinced them that they were kind of just bumbling around. And I believe who was it that actually convinced them and kind of got turned away?
It was Astron. It was myself.
Okay, so you kind of stepped aside and kind of took one for the team as the rest of the team snuck in, and they're now looking down upon the field and kind of observing one, the field that you're going to get to see tomorrow, for one, and for two, you actually get to see the contestants that are taking the field, who you're going to be playing against. So they are paired off. Both are subs and the main players, kind of in a scrimmage formation. And what you see taking the field is a sleek, agile mutant with glowing green eyes and a coat that shimmers with a faint radioactive glow. She is clearly a humanoid cat. The next one you see is a towering figure covered in thick white fur that seems to be pulsing with light. Next up, you have a giant, resilient looking cockroach mutant with a natural exoskeleton. Looks like it could withstand severe impacts. It's his antennas seem to be kind of like flashing and glowing with energy. Then we have an ape-like creature with translucent, ghostly limbs that extend past and through solid objects, as you witness as he takes the field and kind of like swings his arms, and the arms kind of go through the field and then come back up. Next up, you see a dinosaur-like mutant with scales, and the scales are very oddly shaped and seem to be kind of like pulsing with energy. Then from above lands a bird-like mutant with metallic feathers that are they're ruffling like natural feathers would, and he kind of like extends a hand out, and the metallic mayhem ball just flies into his hand and slaps into his palm with a metallic sound that rings out across the field. Then you have this thing looks like right out of nightmares or the Bible or something, but it's a demon-looking creature who seems to be like warping reality around him. Like all of a sudden, he's moving super slow or super fast, and seems to be affecting some of his teammates in a similar way. Then we have a spider-like mutant who, kind of lopes onto the field, weaving webs between his multiple hands, except for they kind of glint and glisten oddly in the light, or almost like they're absorbing all the light and taking it away. And currently you guys are like hidden up in the I guess like in the rafters or something, looking down on the field. Who's doing what?
Um, so Herlock would definitely, I say, squeeze his way through the vents one moment at a time, since octopuses can do that. Slowly making his way through, doing his best not to be seen, and just inching his way just to get a better view.
And also, you're kind of getting a look at the field as well, which what you can see there is a puddle of acid on one end of the field, a crater on the other, and also a tank turret that's just mounted into the ground. It looks like most of maybe the rest of the tank is kind of submerged beneath the ground, but it's definitely on the field.
Wow, they take tactical play seriously. Hmm. I look around. Do I see any of my allies? Well, as I see Zastra getting escorted out.
Well, yeah. Zestrak kind of got escorted out, and also kind of distracted the guard. But I think the three of you kind of snuck in together.
Didn't Herbie actually like hug the guard and restrain him so Zostar could sneak away? I think that was actually what happened.
Ah,
Because I was out and Zostrog managed to get away and get in.
okay. Then you're getting escorted out, and the three of you are kind of like hiding up in the rafters. Perlock's in the vent.
All right, so I would definitely, if I'm there and not the one that's being escorted out, I just remembered, failing my commence roll. Um, so I would definitely be, trying to examine the the players more so than the field to try and
Hmm.
size them up, see, what kind of tactics are they using, what kind of, abilities are they, either, showcasing or possessing.
Okay. Well, if you guys are going to stick around for a bit and kind of observe them playing, then I am going to need you guys to give me a stealth check, and you can have an advantage to that roll, which here basically they call it combat advantage a lot of times, but it's just a +2.
The 22 for
19.
Hell yeah, baby! So I got natural 20 that John. 18 plus 2, baby. I'm at a 30.
Oh snap!
I am one with the shadows.
At this point, you could blend in. They might think you belong to their team.
Oh shit. That was amazing.
So, what? How long you guys plan on sticking around? And tell me how you're trying to deduce what it is that they're capable of.
So if I can stick around for as long as I can, I want to see what those things on the field do.
Okay. All right. So one is they begin playing. Um, you know, based on different plays that are happening, and obviously, like they're not going full bore because they don't want to injure each other before the game. But you do figure out that the pool of acid is absolutely acid, and it will probably eat flesh. After watching for a while, the crater is like a 20-foot hole in the ground, so falling in there can not only knock a player out of the game for a little bit, but also may injure them.
Hmm.
And then also you hear them calling out about the turret, reminding each other that remember it only has one shot per period. Um, so Shadow Flare seems to be the team captain, okay? And Shadow Flare was the first one to take the field. That is the feline. And as you observe Shadow Flare, you see there's the ability to unleash bursts of radiation. Then the other ape-like creature, they call Lumos, and he's freaking huge. You mostly using his size uh defensively in order to um keep the his opponents at bay. But occasionally, what you've noticed is he'll throw a palm up in someone's face, and then you see a flash of light that seems to blind his opponent.
Mm.
And just as you kind of deduce from looking at the giant cockroach, which you get the name Blast Roach, as they keep kind of like calling back and forth. From those antennae, it seems to be shooting some type of energy. If someone gives me a science check, you might be able to figure out what it is.
I am decent with science.
All right. DC 15.
Nope.
All right. Definitely energy.
Got it. Definitely energy.
So the other ape-like creature is called Spectre Grip, and Spectre Grip clearly you hear the other team members complain about his ectoplasmic goo. So that's why he's able to kind of reach through things. Now the dinosaur every once in a while will pop off one of its scales and chuck it, and it explodes, kind of like dynamite.
So dynamite. Got it.
Yeah. And that is Detonraptor. Magawing is the metallic bird, and as you already kind of witnessed, has some ability to control metal through a magnetic field. The demon-like creature, as you observe even more, someone give me a science check.
Take 2. 16.
All right. So based on the name that you get her, because in one of the other places, knock it off, Chrono Field, or Chrono Fiend, that's cheating. And the different things that it seems to do, it seems to be altering and affecting time, speeding it up and slowing it down around it in order to gain advantage.
Wow, that doesn't sound good.
Last but not least is Night Spinner. And that is the spider creature that seems to be able to not only cast webs, but those webs also conduct energy that it is able to emit.
Wow.
So we got lots of energy being thrown around this battlefield.
I mean, what do you expect from the radioactive derpy brigade? But yeah, I guess hell, man, with a 30, I'm gonna stick around for as long as I can. If no one's gonna toss me out, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, so I would stay for a little while to get an idea of the field, the basics of what they're doing. But if they seem to be practicing any maneuvers, like any actual mechanics of the game, that's kind of what I want to be on the lookout for, to try and see like, oh well, we're ready for when they do that play.
Yeah, so I mean, after watching for a while, let me think. What kind of so someone give me an insight check.
I only have a 2.
Better than my 0.
We all
How about
until
you?
10.
All right. Yeah, that's gonna be no bueno. That's a 4.
Okay, so I'll give you the obvious stuff, but you're not really able to pick up any nuance, okay? So clearly Shadow Flare is their strongest forward. Lumos is a defender that basically uses his size and blinding abilities to his advantage. Um, Blast Roach is their midfielder. Spectre Grip is another forward. Uh, Denton Raptor is also a defender. Magna Wing is a midfielder. Chrono Fiend is a defender, and a Night Spinner is also a defender.
So I would, gleaning whatever information I can, I would then begin, trying to get out as carefully and quietly as possible.
All right, you guys rolled pretty well. So and the Hugosaurus took one for the team and distracted the main sentry. So I'm going to allow you guys just to kind of skirt off out of the facility with the information that you've gained. Possibly a very select few in this town actually has as much information as you do right now from what you gathered.
For comedic value, since my stuff, because I'm never gonna get a 30 ever again in life. Can I say I stayed so long? They gave me merch thinking I was a fan. So I'm winding back to the hotel or the motel, like, yeah, whatever.
You've got a jersey and a cap.
They thought I was one of them. Oh no, my milk was warm. Ah, knock it over.
So what do you guys do when you guys leave? Are you guys going back to um
I would
the
head back to the room to try and have a conversation with the team to try and go over what we learned and kind of compare notes, because it's not like we were, hiding next to each other whispering.
All right, so you guys head back to the Electric Night sports bar and saloon. And at this point we're into the wee hours.
Mm-hmm.
The bed kind of like when I sit down on it.
So I guess I'll be like, hey guys, what do I'll take all this crap off. Yeah. Literally just slime their jersey up.
It'd be funny if you just kept wearing it around.
You know, sure, I'll wear these outside.
You can do whatever you want. But I do think that's funny. Okay. So you guys are back at the room.
And like I'll definitely let them know about like the turret holds 1 round per period. Saying like you can really do some damage. And that hole can really take a player out.
Well, I mean, certain you're aware of the, things that are cats are quite quick, but if we could use that turret to take out the captain, that might mess up their morale.
It's a good plan. Really good plan. Yeah, I like that. Huh. Oh man.
Sounds to me like they got a lot of preparations ready for us.
Yeah, so we would give you the rundown, Hugapus, of what Hugosaurus, sorry, of what we found, and there's lots of energy, including time manipulation. Not looking forward to that one.
That sounds interesting, actually. What about the alternates? Are we going to inform them?
We got tomorrow kind of, relax and what have you. We'll make sure that they're up to speed as well.
Okay. I haven't seen very much of what they can do yet. What do our alternates do exactly? Do any of them particularly seem like they could help?
You would have trained with them. You like they're part of your team.
Okay. I wasn't sure how new I was, given the intro of just like having been added after like basically inserting myself into a scrimmage.
Okay.
I think all of us is like, I think we're a fully assembled new team.
Okay.
But you guys have had preseason together.
Right.
Okay. So I kind of already have an idea of what everybody can do at least a little bit.
Yes.
Okay.
Um. Uh. So, what about you, Sai? What's going through your mind?
I'm just trying to think about the physical tells that that other ape had before it went and did the flashy thing. Because it's gonna end up like me trying to get the wall out of the way, impossible force, unstoppable object, whatever.
Pretty sure you're bigger than that guy, so I wouldn't worry.
Thanks.
Sully is bigger than most people.
Oh, as much as I don't know how you guys are nocturnal or not, but if we're gonna be ready fresh for this match tomorrow, may want to rest
Well,
a little bit.
isn't the match the day after tomorrow? Isn't tomorrow a rest day?
So yeah. So basically, you're there for 3 days. The night you came in, you're there, and then the next day is kind of a field practice day for you guys, where you can practice on the field, and the day after that is a rest, then the game itself.
Got it. My bad.
So
Yeah, I would not have had us out, super late to be like, oh, well, let's be exhausted for our match.
yeah, yeah. Well,
That would not be a good idea.
it's at that point like there's a banging on your door, and then the team manager bursts in, and so Craig McCroker, in his ill-fitted suit that looks like he's maybe slept in it a little bit. Hey, is guys, where's
Yeah.
where's where's damn it, where's that rabbit at?
Jack?
Yeah, Jack. Is he with
I don't
you?
know. Not with us. I thought he was with you.
Oh, I don't know where that blasted rabbit's gotten off to.
Isn't he your responsibility, though?
Listen, let's not point fingers here. The important thing is we have to figure out where the team mascot is, because we can't take the field without the mascot.
That's true.
Is that some kind of rule? Or we just, need the cheerleader?
It's the rule of cool. Come on. Do you want to be the only team without a mascot?
I don't know, make some horns and stick it on Gus or something.
Gus already has horns. He's kind of sorely he would make a terrible, terrible mascot. We're supposed to be
I like-
lively and get the crowd riled up and on your side.
So I assume that means you want us to go look for him.
I mean, he couldn't have gotten far.
Last I saw him, it was, at the bar. When we were all, getting food and just got here.
Yeah, that's probably the last time we seen him as well. We were busy, getting things set up, making sure all the gear was where it had to go. He usually doesn't wander far.
Well, let's go. Let's go look for him then.
I sigh and I heft my mass up off the bed again, and I'm just kind of like knuckle dragging out of the room. I am tired. I am done, but let's get this done.
All right.
If Herbie doesn't mind, Perlock's gonna catch a ride on you.
Yeah, sure thing. Dave, does Jack have any kind of like treats or anything he likes particularly well? Is it carrots?
It's absolutely carrots.
Okay, so Herbie will just kind of like waddle himself into the kitchen, um, and just start taking carrots. And if anybody stops him, like that is what it is. He's gonna kind of like boop, 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 and then just start shoveling carrots into this like secret pouch that he has. That's like a pocket that's used to be used for like storing treats to give children or things.
Not creepy at all. So, from your white van. So when you go in the kitchen to kind of like look for the carrots, you are kind of interrupted by Spark. The bartender, the AI bartender kind of appears in front of you. Like, hey, what can I help you with?
Oh, I'm just trying to take some carrots.
So yeah, so you're like over by the refrigerator and you've got it opened and you're looking for carrots and like oddly enough there's a empty bag that's in there, a sack. But there's no carrots in it, but you can clearly see like the carrot residue. And it kind of smells like carrots as well. I don't know how well your Hugosaurus nose works.
It doesn't, but I imagine Perlock probably smells it and informs me.
And he's like, we just restocked all the vegetables. That's weird.
You haven't seen a little horned rabbit running around?
He was hopping around here earlier. I mean, he wasn't really bothering anybody or getting into too much trouble, so we just let him go.
Well, let's see if we can find something.
And these like lasers shoot out of Herbie's enormous, adorable eyes.
Yeah.
And start scanning the area. And can I try to like track him?
You may.
All right. Awesome. So I'm going to try to track him. And I need to roll a d20, right?
You need to roll a d20. So do you have like a scanning ability or?
No, this is just how I'm flavoring. Like he views things because he's like a machine. He's an android.
Yeah. So give me. I will allow you to use science or perception.
Okay. So my sorry, it occurred to me I didn't open Herbie. I opened Dante. That's a problem. Let me open the right one. There we go. Okay, Herbie, the Hugosaurus Rex. And I am trained in science. I am also trained in not perception. No. There's not a survival skill. No. I'm thinking of a different game I'm in. Sorry, I'm thinking of a different game. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I should take a picture of this. It's a natural 20 plus 8 for 28.
Okay. So here's what as you scan, right? You can see in you like flour and stuff like that, other cooking things that have been used. You can see the faintest impressions of carrots being laid out and lined towards the back door. But with that roll, with such a great roll, you find something else. You find a set of boot prints, two sets of boot prints actually. And it's not so much that the boot prints are in material that have been there, but actually left stuff behind, like crust from the boots themselves. A specific type of mineral dust.
Okay. So Herbie will like kind of toddle over and point with his enormous rounded arm and say, "Look,
There's tracks right next to these other tracks. I think that someone must have picked Jack up and given him a ride. Perhaps we should let Sai and Zastrog know.
Absolutely. And I start giving you pets.
And then he'll just kind of like trundle away and be like, Soy, Zostrog, we found evidence of where he went. And also a crime he committed.
Interesting.
How about we not shout out that our thing committed a crime and just mention the track?
And then his like entire volume goes down.
Well,
I
no.
almost-
To you, it looks like the carrots were laid out in a line towards the door.
Oh, okay.
was committed.
So somebody lured him out to capture him.
Okay, yeah. So then Herbie will explain that to everyone. And then so what do you think we should do?
We got to follow the tracks and rescue our critter. Someone's trying to put a hurting on us.
Well then, let's go put a hurting on them.
So after a little bit, the tracks dead end. But you guys did meet someone previously that is an explorer and kind of makes a living mapping the surrounding wasteland and trades in rare minerals and sand. Matter of fact, I forget who was speaking with Grit Sandstone, but one or two of you, I think, definitely did.
I was very talkative last episode, so it could have been me. But I can't say with 100% certainty.
Yeah. But well, that's fine. But yeah, you guys definitely interacted with him for a little bit. And Perlock might have rubbed up against him. So, but yeah, there's almost like a 75% chance of that happening with anybody who's encountered them.
Very true, very true.
But
And
that
like,
that would seem like the person that would be able to give you information about the surrounding areas and possibly examine the mineral dust you found.
Absolutely. So yeah, like as I mentioned to Bobby on the Discord, like or the chat, I'm literally just gonna ride him for as long as I can. You know, like so wherever he goes for a while, I'm probably gonna, you know, be tagging along.
Well, would we know where to find said individual?
Well, it's pretty late, so he probably has left. Spark might know. I mean, if he's a regular here.
Well, then we question Spark.
Fortunately, Spark is an AI and he does not need to sleep, so he's readily available. And oh yeah, you know, Grit is one of my best patrons. Comes in here pretty much nightly, and you know, he's got a little hovel not far from here, where he makes and sells his maps, and also sometimes he does guided tours.
Yeah, well, I was hoping that, maybe one of his maps would be able to help us, kind of better understand the area so that we could locate our missing companion. Should be able to, tell us where or show us where we might find him.
So he walks you to the door and like starts giving directions, and as he goes to like point outside the door, his arm just disappears as soon as it leaves the confines of the building. Oh, damn it. I hate when that happens. I always forget about that. But anyway, and then he gives you the directions where you can find him.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Spark. I'll begin heading in the directions he tells us.
All right. It is also the middle of the night.
Yep.
Okay. So it's only it's only like a 10-minute walk and you're there.
So I want to like sneak around to see if I can see any clues, look through any windows.
Yeah, so you looking through the windows, actually you can see that there's still some of the lights are on but very low, and you actually see a hunched over figure, you know, seems to be scrolling or drawing something at at a desk.
Hmm.
Does it appear to be our target?
It does. I mean, it's a large, grizzled looking uh fellow made of stone.
All right. So team, are we bursting in? Are we knocking politely? What are we doing here?
Knocking politely seems like the way to go.
Be nice until you can't be nice anymore and then destroy them.
That's not generally how I do things, but if that's what you guys want to do, then let's do it.
So you knock on the door, and after a few minutes, you hear some shuffling inside and furniture kind of being moved around, like someone standing up from a desk, a wooden chair sliding against a wooden floor. And then you hear the ponderous steps of the large figure, and begins unlatching the door. The locks on the door, there's several. Where he opens it, and with a quizzical look on his face.
So, good evening. Sorry for the oh, I guess it's morning at this point in time. Sorry for the late bother. Would not have knocked, but I saw that you were still awake. We're kind of at a little bit of a jam here. It seems Jack has gone missing.
Oh, that delightful critter that was running around the saloon last night.
Indeed.
Gone missing, you say? I guess it's fortunate for you, me being made of stone. I really don't need to sleep. So I spend most of my waking hours mapping or exploring or sitting over at Spark's place, taking in the ambiance. So what makes you think I'll be able to help?
Well, heard tale that, you saw him running around, so we were looking to talk to anybody that might have seen him, heard where he might be going, or saw something that was kind of out of the norm, might be able to help us out.
I mean, I saw him around the tavern, but other than that, couldn't
You didn't
couldn't really
talk
tell
to
you.
him, or you didn't talk to him, or try to give him something to eat.
Gave him some scritches. He seemed to like it when you really got in there deep around those horns of his.
Herlock scoffs.
I mean, do you think he would have left?
Not really sure. That one's a little bit of a tricky one.
Has he run off before?
I don't think so. This is kind of our first away trip as a team.
Huh. You already lost the mascot, huh?
So, am I getting anything off of this guy?
Yeah, he seems a little perplexed, like he's not quite sure why you're asking him about your mascot.
But he doesn't seem like, he's trying to direct the conversation one way or another.
No, he seems like he genuinely wants to help, but so far you just asked him if he's seen him, and he did, but you never saw him. He didn't notice him leaving. If he, when he was out of sight, he didn't really think about him.
So, suppose it according to what we found out, somebody stole some carrots from Spark and led him outside. Did you happen to see anybody that might have been inside Spark's fridge or cooler?
Well, I mean, I stay in the common room mostly. But also, Herbie found mineral dust.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Well, I'm
Um,
trying to give other players some chance to get in on this conversation too.
um, well, we have this, and he'll kind of like produce the mineral dust and say, "Does this come from a particular place?"
So he kind of like sweeps it out of your hand into his and looks at it and sniffs it. Oh, you should have led with this. There's only one place you could get this from. There's some caves outside of town to the northeast. There's only like one patch that you can possibly here. Come here, and he like grabs he grabs your wrist and starts dragging you over to his desk. And he's very strong and heavy. Um,
Okay.
so so he's actually because I think you're mostly like fluff.
I'm like a metal skeleton. Like he's actually a very small metal skeleton inside a giant stuffed animal.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah. So uh your mass is much greater than your density.
Yeah.
So he easily drags you along. Kind of it seems like he misjudges how much you would weigh, and you find yourself stumbling forward to his desk, and he's like pulls one of the maps, he pushes aside, and there's another one underneath him. He like puts a thick stubby granite like finger down on a spot to the northeast of the town. Would have to be around here somewhere. It's the only place that would come from.
Hmm. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Do you want to come with us?
I mean, you want to hire me?
No, I
I'd,
just didn't know if you wanted to come along for maybe a picnic or something.
well, so you think someone took your, what is that thing anyway? A rabbit? What do you guys call it?
It's Jack.
He's a jackalope.
Oh, jackalope. And
Yes, but he didn't elope. Somebody else eloped him.
oh, that could be troubling. Could also be trouble. That might be dangerous. I don't like danger. I like finding new things. Trouble is not one of them.
Oh, that's fair.
So you think someone took your jackalope?
Or they fed him and then he followed them very closely, much like Perlock is doing with me.
I can see that. Very, very needy.
Doesn't even Perlock doesn't even like deny it. He's like, whatever.
So with that, he basically just gives you the directions, and they're pretty good. He basically tells you, you're going to travel this far. It should take about, he kind of like eyes you guys up and down, about this long. You'll know, you'll see. And then he kind of goes over to a box, opens it up, and pulls out some like rocks and mineral samples. You'll see a lot of this stuff. And it's kind of like it is like gray granite with chalky white veins through it. It's pretty distinct. It should stand out. I mean, in the sunlight, it kind of glistens, or the moonlight.
Hmm, that's very interesting.
Do I know anything else about it? Or like maybe like significance? I'm trained in nature.
Give me a roll.
Okay, let's see. That's not nearly as good. That's a total of 8.
Ah, so the veins themselves uh seem like there might be something significant to that. Uh, and you're kind of looking at it and like pondering, like the veins. They're magnesium. It can be useful.
Hmm, how very interesting.
And then he'll like hand off the remaining residue to probably Psy,
Mhm.
and just say, here, do we need this?
Well, I really hope we turn out to, and I'm gonna get like whatever I have on my person to put this in. Like, I don't know. I've probably got a small Tupper container. I'm probably gonna have to like throw out some protein snacks to use it for this, but whatever.
So, you know about magnesium, right?
Well,
Gesundheit.
can I mean, even though Herlock is trained in science as like a octopoid would be. Uh,
Yeah.
so like I guess a question I have is like, can I use a little bit of my real life knowledge into this?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's explosive.
It's a little flammable, a little bit, especially in its pure form.
Hmm. If it's explosive, does that mean that it's exciting?
It's not. It's more flammable than explosive, but under the right conditions, they could be the same thing.
Hmm. You know what? Remember when I said we need a fire starter on the team? I just remember we have a fire starter on the team.
Yeah.
Maybe we should give this to him.
So, um, Rip, whose face is made of stone, and stone is not really known for being expressive, but all of a sudden, when you say fire starter, that's a terrible idea. You could blow everything up, including Jax. Do not take your fire starter with you to this place.
Oh,
Unless you really hate that jackalope. And like everything within like a mile radius of it.
I don't particularly dislike him, but he also sometimes nibbles at my stuffed bits.
Hmm. Well, I guess if you set him on fire, that would teach him.
That probably would.
Not, but he might not survive that lesson. I don't know what your relationship is. I don't know, your interpersonal dealings with each other, but yeah, I think it's a little extreme. And
Or like
also, he kind of like pokes you in the chest and keeps going until like most of his hand disappears until he finally hits your metal breastbone. You seem pretty flammable yourself.
Oh, I am. Except for the outside. The outside is supposed to be fire retardant. So it's really just like flammable, but not going to ignite upon contact.
Hmm. Well,
Right,
hopefully
well,
they didn't take any shortcuts where you're from.
Hopefully. But I can travel for long distances in the sun without an issue.
all right. Well, thank you very much for the assistance. I think we need to head off before anything bad happens to our Jack.
absolutely.
All right.
Putting
Well,
the Tupperware in my bag.
the instructions that he gave you were spot on. Um, and it is fairly easy to navigate, even though well, actually right now it's getting easier because the sun is starting to come up. Um, and you do kind of find yourselves like on the outskirts of the cave, the kind of like the caves that he was talking about. How do you guys want to handle this?
Do we want to sneak in? Do we want to just kind of boldly push forward? What do you guys think?
I think that now is a good time for reconnaissance, and Zostrog and Perlock might be the people to do it.
Well, I am willing and able to go with that plan.
So I kind of Perlock definitely it's like worms his way off Harvey and then jumps on Zostrog's back if he would allow it.
Does that give me any minuses to my stealth roll, Mr. DM?
Nah, we won't give you any minuses yet.
So stealth is going to be a 23.
Okay, you are super sneaky.
Do I need to roll as well, or
And so you find a cave. I don't know if you got Albao Rodeo open. We're using Albao Rodeo, and also the Cthulhu
Oh crap.
Architect Patreon is in the description, folks. I used the map from them for the field that I kind of had modified.
So most people expect someone sneaking in to kind of just be walking and on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So I tell Prologue to kind of hold on tight, and I'll kind of like go to the wall and I'll start crawling along the ceiling.
Okay.
on tight's my specialty, and I literally suction cup myself.
All right. So you find the cave, and outside of it is find a cave with two robots outside of it. So it's kind of like a bit of a tip off for you to go, okay, something's going on here. And then I believe you should be able to grab your guy and move him. Two of yous.
Yeah.
Much moving. More moving than we want.
So I'm just gonna put myself right on you, buddy.
Okay. So basically, these are the two drones are kind of hovering outside the cave. But what you're able to do is basically you approach from one of the sides, and you're able to go over top and kind of come in the entrance from above, like you were saying, because people don't necessarily expect you to be on the on the ceiling per se.
Right.
Inside, you can see Jack is there, and he's kind of like staked out like a dog, with a rope around his neck and a stake. And what you see is essentially a pig person and a badger person, kind of like sitting there talking with Jax. They don't seem to be particularly treating him badly, but it also doesn't look like he's allowed to leave.
All right. All right. Well, I will come back to the group. I don't know how far back we are, but I will tell them what I see. I think we could we could again, I'll take Perlog up, sneak in, you guys lure out drones. I can start a surprise attack on people inside.
Yeah, I seen a flaw in that.
So, Sai, do you think that we should be very loud or should we charge in buns a glazing?
Did you
What's
say
the
guns
difference?
blazing?
No, buns a glazing. Everyone
Buns
loves
a-glazing.
donuts.
Sure.
True. They do.
Can't go wrong there.
Right.
Yeah, very loud glazing.
Okay. And then he just starts charging in.
And I am right behind you. Let's
Yeah.
go. I am here for this
All
energy.
right. This very much feels like initiative.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
can I say that because Herbie is a defunct mascot for a theme park, that he can open his mouth and there's like a speaker there where his voice comes from, and he just starts blaring the Herbie Land theme song.
I think that'll be perfect.
So yeah, I got a 15 plus no, that's my speed. Speed is 6. Initiative is +1. So I got a 16.
Okay. All right. What's everybody else got?
6.
Initiative.
7.
There is my bonus.
So I guess before we think, is it safe to say that Zashrog and I are like on the ceiling somewhere?
No, because before we could set it up, our allies decided to just charge.
They had a
Cool.
plan.
We had a plan, and they didn't stick to it. I have a
No.
21.
All right. So we got
I'm still on your back, buddy. Just know that at least.
21, Ted, Bobby.
I'm sorry. I thought the plan was actually like go in charging. So
No, it was wait till we get into position. They charge past us.
Oh,
We
they
then-
were the ones doing the charging.
I thought we were
Yeah,
doing the charging.
No,
I
you
feel
were
like-
supposed to
I'm
create-
very sorry. I made the same mistake.
I
you,
did.
you were,
Okay.
I feel
you were
like
supposed to lure the drones away from the opening.
this is
Past
perfect.
us.
Bobby, what was your initiative again? I'm sorry.
I got a 16.
All right, Bobby, you got a 16. All right, what'd you get, Carlos?
7.
7, and
That's
Robin's
4
got
on
a 6.
4.
Robin's got a 6.
It's 4 on 4.
So I apologize. That probably just makes sense that Herbie would misunderstand that though, because his wisdom is very low, like mine.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be fair, not the sharpest knife in the back.
I still love you guys.
Not the sharpest knife in the back. What?
I've never heard that expression before.
All right.
That hurt more. Like, you put a blunt instrument in my body.
Oh my god, I'm rolling dice like a savage as the GM. This is so weird.
Hey, man.
Oh
like,
no.
Listen, man. You remember that one time when I rolled really good against Ted?
I know. I remember more the one time that you rolled more against Dave's wife.
Oh my god, yeah. Sometimes this GOU's roll great.
Tyrannosaurus chew death.
Yeah.
All right, so first up is the shield bots at the entrance. You guys come charging in their direction, and so what they're going to do is so Sai and Herbie begin the charge, but technically, Ted, you go first.
Yes.
What
so-
are you doing?
All right. Well, when I see that they completely lost access to my plan, I can't tell exact spacing.
Mhm.
But if I launch something at the doorway, would I be able to get both drones and what I think that's Pigface without with a 10-foot burst without hitting Jack? Or are they further away than that?
10-foot burst. Technically yes.
right.
But that being said, you go to do your thing because you're like, oh, we're doing this way, huh? Because that's what your companions are doing, right? And the shield bots actually react faster, and they are going to fly out to intercept.
Okay.
So
So I react to I go to react to my companions and they just happen to react faster.
yes, like both you're all like you're all kind of reacting to the companions, right? So
Well, that's
they're gonna
destroyed.
they are going to go after Psy. Well, that was terrible. That was a 1 and a 6, so that gives me a 5 and a 10 versus your reflex. Psy.
Oh, oh.
So I assume that
Sorry,
doesn't
I
hit.
was. No, no, no.
So electricity jolts in your direction, but you're missed.
Hmm.
And then now it's you, Ted.
All right, well, that changes up what I was going to do. Um, so if I quick look at here, I'll get back to the radio. Uh, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, so Pigman is still within 10 of me, 10 squares. So I am going to project fear at him. Um,
Okay.
so that is 16 versus his will.
Dun, dun, dun. How good is
Does
your
that hit?
will, Miss? That is going to be 16 verse will hit.
So 2, 5, 6, 7. So he takes 7 points of psychic damage, and the target grants combat advantage and suffers a -2 to attack rolls.
Okay.
Because he is seen the fear that I am able to project.
All right. So you do that. How much damage again? I'm sorry. You said 7?
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6, 7.
Okay. So he reels a little bit from that wound, but he seems to be shaking it off. Any movement or minor actions?
I don't have a minor action. Sorry, bouncing back and forth between character sheet and rodeo.
Nope, I get it.
Uh, I want to keep a view, so I'm gonna come over here so I'm not a cluster.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to tag along because I saw I was on your back.
Yeah, yep, that's fine. Forced movement on you.
Provoke opportunity attack.
All right, that's done. That's done for me.
All right. I believe that's going to bring us to Bobby. What would Herbie like to do?
Sorry, I just typed something in the chat. If you hear background noise, it's okay. It's just my neighbors. So Herbie is going to try to hug this. I don't know if I can ping it like you do on other things. How do I show which one I want to target? This one right here that I'm on top of right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to try to hug that one, and I'm going to use, can we say we were running forward? That kind of triggered this.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I want to use my Tyrannosaurus charge. So I'm going to roll an attack. That is a 10 plus my strength, which is 14, plus my armor versus armor class.
So
strength plus my level. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. So that's also plus another one. So 15 versus their armor class.
14 was the number, so you hit.
Okay, cool. So now I get to do damage, and I'm going to do weapon damage. I have the robotic vice grip arms that do 2d8 damage. 4 plus 5, 9, plus 5, 14 damage.
Okay, 14 damage. You destroy that shield bot, which causes the next one to shift and try to jolt you.
So you hear this robotic voice in tone, do you want to be my friend? And then crunch. And then the other one comes over and he's like, another friend to play with. Oh boy.
Well, the other friend gets a 10 again, so these dice are not doing very well for me.
Versus reflex.
They're doing well for us.
Yes, 10 versus reflex.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
Yeah. Yeah. That hug was unconsensual. and it zaps in your direction. All right. So after Bobby, our badger goes, the batter. So he's actually going to move. He's going to move up to the door, looks around. I don't think he really knows who's to attack, but I'm going to start. Sai is 1 and Ted is 4. 3. He just decides Perlock is the weirdest thing he's ever seen, and fires off a pop shot at Perlock. All right.
You know, have you ever seen that meme where the guy goes out and sees a funky cat? He's like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
There's a weird cat in the yard.
There's a weird cat in the yard.
So that's a 22 versus 22 versus AC.
It's a hit.
You're gonna take 9 points of physical damage.
Okay.
And any you would grant, and the shot actually kind of marks you. There must have been something in it. He's basically he's using a crossbow. So if any of his allies get within range of you to whack at you, they'll have combat advantage against you. And and then as part of his attack, he can actually just shift, which he's going to do to try and get some cover from you lot. And that brings us to our porker, a marauder. He's going to come charging out. Let's see. He can only get to there. So he's going to move to here by the shield bot. And, hey, Fuzzy, why don't you pick on someone your own size? He calls out to Herbie. And with that brings us to Perlock.
Yeah, so what Perlock's more than likely going to do is retaliate to the drone bot.
Oh, you know what? Actually, he's got one thing he can do.
Oh, take that back.
Before that, that only affects enemies. So let's see. Let's use our measuring tool because we have it. Yeah, things to use. All right, 10. All right. So as a minor action, he can let loose a foul belch at the lot of you. Thankfully, his robot friend is a robot, so it doesn't really bother him. But the other two is going to attack your fortitude. Jesus, this guy. Fortitude of 10. Does that affect either Sai or Herbie?
No. Would it affect me anyway? I don't breathe.
Well, it's not really a limiting factor, but
Oh, okay. Well, no, my fortitude is 19.
yeah, I mainly said it didn't affect his ally because it doesn't affect only enemy. What about you, Robin? What size?
Nah, I'm good.
That's what I figured. It just smells really bad.
Glad I don't have a sense of smell.
And with that, that brings us to Perlock. What would you like to do?
Retaliate to the derpy dude. So almost a la Felix the Cat, I pull out my slingshot out of my hat. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, y'all. Anyway, now I am. I snap back and attack.
Okay.
All right, let's see if I actually hit. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 on 14.
14. What are you attacking?
The drone bot that was acting that's in front of Herbie that kind of hit
Okay,
me.
the shield bot. Okay. Um,
Or are you going after
but
AC?
which defense are you attacking?
I'm pretty sure it's AC.
Okay, so and what was your number?
14 total.
14 was the number you needed.
Shit, yes. Okay, great. So I can attack different things in this game.
Yes.
Yeah, different abilities. So AC, fort, reflex, and will.
Okay. That's okay. That's
If
interesting.
you're using a power, it usually tells you what you're after.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is just my weaponry,
Okay.
So I hope that's the AC.
Yeah, that would be AC.
Yeah.
All right.
You
There we
hit.
go.
You don't actually have to roll damage because as long as you do damage, it is a
Great.
minion.
Huzzah! Well, it's dead 6 times over then.
All right. You sunk my shield bot. And you have anything else you want to do?
Um, I mean, at this exact moment in time, not necessarily.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick with you know, gonna stick with my buddy here, Zostrog.
All right.
First.
What are you gonna do, Sai?
Cool. I wanna like hop up here
Okay.
and like swing at this guy like I'm trying to spike a volleyball, right? But my attack is 15 total. Do I hit him?
Your attack is a double check. No.
Yeah, I didn't think so because the other ones were 14 and this guy is a significantly bigger deal.
Yeah. So he kind of blocks it with his flail. And basically now that you're up and close and personal, you can see he basically looks like a humanoid pig that's dressed like a biker.
I gotta respect it.
All right. What would you like to do, Ted?
All right. Well, if this dude is still up and mad in our face, what is Badger guy doing in the background?
He is inside the cave and kind of ducked behind the entrance.
All right, well, but he doesn't look like we can still see Jack. He doesn't look like he's doing anything there.
Nah, Jack is just staked there looking derpy.
All right. 1, 2, 1, 2.
You think he's actually eating a carrot watching what's going on.
I'm gonna move my 6. Thank you, Carlos. Trying to get closer to get an eye on Badger dude. But I don't think, based on what I can see on the drawing, I can't see him from there.
Yeah, he's just out of sight.
This might be an exaggeration of the octopus ability, but if a creature ends my turn adjacent to me, I can slide it over 1 as a free action. Can I slide Zastra? I know on top of is not adjacent, but I don't know. You tell me, GM.
So what is the ability?
So octo arms. Whenever a creature ends its turn adjacent to me, I can slide it 1 square as a free action.
All right, I will allow you to do that, but you can't move with him.
Of course. It's like go on. So I'll do that.
Right.
I'll be like plop.
So you may move yourself 1 more square.
All right. Well, it's at the end of my turn, so I'm gonna hit pig dude.
Okay.
With my fear gaze or whatever it's called.
Okay.
So that's 16 versus his will.
Hits.
Ooh, so that is 7, 8, 9, 12 points of psychic damage.
Ooh, that hurt.
Nice.
Pig dude is bloodied.
And then he suffers
-2.
-2 to attack rolls and grants combat advantage.
Okay. All right, so that'll be super helpful. Okay, so with that, it is back to our batter, the badger guy. From the cave, kind of calls out, "How you doing out there, gorgeous George?" Takes a look,
You look ready for war,
moves
man.
moves here, is going to shoot at Zatroc. Ready. Let's see. Does a 15 hit your AC?
It does not. I'm
Oh.
quite nimble.
Yeah, so that misses, and he's just gonna shift back in one. And all right, it's Pork Chop's turn. So gorgeous George, he's because he was bloodied, his foul belch recharges. So he's gonna try that again, even though it didn't work so great the last time. And it worked even less this time. But he's going to wind up that flail, and he's going to try and whack Sai, I do believe.
So don't forget he gets -2.
All right, -2. So that is a 17 hit size AC.
Hold on a second. Everything just minimized on me.
I hate when that happens.
Yes, I think you hit.
All right, so he's going to do 9 points of
Okay.
damage. And
Ouch.
he's going to shift you 1 square. Then he gets to move 1 square.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and then he is done.
I'll say.
Yeah. Harlock, what would you like to do?
What I would like to do is this. Dude is the guy is on top of Sai, so I'm gonna slingshot one more time. I wish I had cool abilities, but I'm mainly ability like stat buffs and things like that. I don't think that's gonna hit. That's definitely not gonna hit, buddy.
Did you add +2?
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
Minus
Never
8,
mind.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, it's even less. There's no way.
He ducks.
No problem. I guess with the remainder of my turn, what I'm gonna do is because I'm probably, if you don't mind, I'm gonna jump back on you, buddy.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, and you should have spoke up, Bobby, because I definitely skipped you in the initiative order. So you just take your turn now.
Okay, I wasn't sure, so I was not gonna be like, oh, because I mean, Hurry's just here to have a good time anyway. So he's gonna move up to the pig person,
Okay.
and once again, you're just gonna hear, "Do you want to be my special friend?" And Then I'm going to use the robotic vice grip arms just regularly this time.
All right.
That's a natural 1. Does anything terrible happen?
I'm going to say you're going to be thrown off balance and you will grant combat advantage. But that's it.
So he just kind of like trundles past him, and then you see like Sai probably recognizes when he glitches out and then just like glitch and then like rolls over.
Yeah. So with that brings us to Sai.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, let's try to bash this guy like with but I'm like just gonna try to whack him again.
Okay. You can try and do whatever you like.
That's an at 1. These dice hate me today. It's cool. Like
Sai
it's just,
glitches
like
out.
imagine Sai out here like swinging around with the big ham fists and just
Yeah.
unable to land. Everybody's got days like this. Fine, I'm not falling off.
Yeah. All right.
The important thing is we're getting all these bad rolls out before the tournament.
Before the big game.
Yeah.
What would you like to do, Ted?
All right. So do you guys got Pigman?
I hope.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am going to launch a my own webbing
Mhm.
at Badger Dude.
Okay.
Um,
Watch out, Pete. They're coming for you.
5.
They have names and families, damn it.
All right, so that is a 21 versus his reflex.
Oh my god. Yeah, that hits by a lot.
So that is 4 points of poison damage, and he is immobilized.
Okay.
At the end of your turn, would you like to be 1 square closer?
I'm not really a close-up kind of guy.
How long is he immobilized for?
Until the end of my next turn.
All right. Bobby, it's your turn.
Okay, so Herbie will kind of like roll around and get himself up, and what was the pig guy's name?
Gorgeous George.
Gorgeous George, do you want to be my special friend? And he will then try to hug him again. I can't believe this is happening to me right now. I got another natural 1.
You have got to be kidding me.
Yo!
I got another natural 1. This is wild.
So instead of a combat hug, I feel like you just give him a real hug.
Yeah, he just kind of goes.
Like, Lair, he's very confused. Like, what?
I think that the glitch that happened earlier is that it triggered him to like his gentle mode for children. And so he's just like, and there's like a little squeak like from a stuffed animal.
So with that, let's see. Yeah, with that, Gorgeous George is going to swing with his plow at you, Herbie. Oh, that's 2. That's a 20. So AC 20.
I have an armor class of 18.
Yeah. Oh, you got a good armor class.
Yeah.
But you're going to take 6 points of damage.
I think he functionally plays like a barbarian.
Okay.
So, okay.
All right.
6 points of damage.
And he's going to shift. He's going to shift you up here, and he's going to shift into your spot where you were.
Ooh. Can I do a reaction?
Yeah,
I have a trigger power.
Yeah, if you have it, do it.
Yeah. So the trigger power that I'm going to use is called Tail Riposte.
Uh-huh.
Or no, I'm sorry, not Tail Riposte, T-Rex Transmogrification.
What?
So the trigger is an enemy pulls, pushes, or slides you. And I get to use my Tyrannosaurus charge, and until the end of the until the start of my next turn, I get a +2 bonus to AC. And whenever an enemy adjacent to me falls prone or starts its turn prone, it takes physical damage equal to my strength plus my level.
Okay.
So I get to use T-Rex charge. So let's roll this. Oh, that's bad.
Just roll another one.
It's not a 1. It's 11 plus 1. It is uh 12.
12. 12 is not going to beat his AC.
No. So he lets out a Jurassic Park style roar and then proceeds to whiff.
Wow. Quite the showman. How you doing in there, Pretty Pete? Are you okay? Um,
Pretty Pete and Gorgeous George.
Perlock.
Alrighty. Well, what I'm gonna do is, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and grab the jackalope.
He just kind of looks at you with his derpy look, but you got him.
We out of here, boys. How many? 4, 5, 6, 7. So, yeah, get you over here. Yeah.
All right. Is that everything for you?
It's what I can do at the moment. Yeah.
Okay.
We
Alright.
got him. We got him.
All right, Robin. What's Sai gonna do?
Gonna try to like can I get around here? Is there anything stopping me from moving that way?
No. Nope.
Okay, cool. Then I'm just gonna come around here and attempt to punch in to the avoidance of the dinosaur attack. Okay, maybe this time. 16.
Oh, wait a minute. If you want to flank, you get a +2 bonus to hit. So, like, if you were to
Oh, yeah, let's go a step further. So 18.
all right, 18 hits. Matter of fact, the 16 would have missed.
Wow, these
Oh.
are chunky.
I know we're not used to playing tactical games.
Right?
9
All right.
damage.
Ow. All right. You know, let's see. Did you sync my Porker Marauder?
Porker Marauder.
Yeah. So you hit him so hard, he just falls on his ass and throws his flail down and says, "Come on, we're not getting paid enough for this. I give up. I give up," and puts his hands up. And you're up, Ted.
So do both of you give up?
So I guess the web is starting to melt away. Well, if Gorgeous George is done, then I'm done too. And he's already got the rabbit thing, the horny rabbit. And you know, this was supposed to be an easy gig. We're just gonna hold him until the game was over, and then bring him back to town. Yeah, no one was supposed to get hurt, especially us.
All right. Who hired you?
I don't know, some guy in a cloak said it was an easy job. Get the rabbit out, and we're like, rabbits eat carrots. We just got to get some carrots, lure the rabbit out. He came right with us. We just put the rope around him, and he just kept gumming. It was so easy. He loves carrots. He's a really
That's
nice.
not good. That's not good enough. We need more information. Or you're
Well,
done.
I don't know. He gave us some stuff. You know, usually these things.
Did he pay you up front?
Well, we're supposed to get. We got paid half. before and half after.
Where were you supposed to meet?
Well, we're supposed to meet at the other bar in town.
Well, there's several ways this can play out. We can put you down right now.
That doesn't seem very great for us.
No, not at all. We can let you live, and you can tell the story that the other team hired you to steal our mascot so that we wouldn't perform as well. How's that sound?
All right. Well, wait a minute. What are our choices again?
You never leave this cave alive,
I don't like that one. We don't want that. We don't want that one.
or you tell the newscasters that the other team hired you to steal our mascot so that we would not perform well.
I mean, we could do that, but that's going to be really bad for business in the future. Is there maybe a third option?
Not living is bad for business too.
Well, yeah, that's really bad too. But come on. We're just a couple mutants trying to make our way in the world. It's not easy.
Well,
Maybe Thandy Bright knows who that person is.
well,
Could
get me the person.
It's the Glow Bar. That's where we met them. We got to meet them again after the game.
Well, the mascot's going to be at the game, so they're probably not going to show up after the game
Yeah,
unless they're coming to put you down.
Well, they didn't seem like the put you down kind of type.
Well, I am.
Ooh. And can I talk to someone else? Is someone else here to speak for you guys? This guy seems
Hey,
really
Sai.
really mean.
Hey,
And
Sai.
Sai just kind of like walks up behind you and looks big and menacing and goes,
Wait a minute. I want to talk to him, and he points at Herbie. What about him? He looks more reasonable.
And then Herbie's like, I'm very reasonable. And then he opens his wide mouth, and there's like metal teeth where the cloth is like worn away. And he just has like these sharp teeth that are like showing. And he like approaches with like his mouth open wide.
I'm starting to feel like we should probably go to Echovox, and tell them that we were hired by the other team.
Don't
That
forget
sounds
to
like-
wear this, and I bring the hat that I got from the merch with
But
the
it's-
enemy on it.
But it's slimy.
I said, don't forget to wear it.
Can I wash it first?
He doesn't really care which way or another.
All right. He kind of like begins like kind of like sidling past you guys over back towards where George is.
I whisper in his ear, I know what you smell like. I'll find you if you don't do this.
Oh, come on. I got like 15 kids and a wife. Do you know how much nagging I'm going to get for this?
I don't know if
Please-
he actually believes me or not because, I don't know if there's like, what's investigation here? Conspiracy or perception?
Conspiracy is more like your deception kind of stuff.
Okay, yeah, because whatever sort of perception or finding type thing, I'm actually pretty shit at it. But if he believes me, that's all I care about.
But if you're trying to get him to believe you, that would be your interaction skill.
Okay, well, I'm a -2 at that. You want me to roll for that? I
I-
can still roll good. Who knows, man?
I mean, he's pretty intimidated right now, if that's what you're going for.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't understand my missus. She's always telling me I'm no good and I can't do anything right. And now I'm going to come back and we're not going to get paid for the easy job. I'm going to hear about this forever, you know. Matter of fact,
Wow.
wait a minute. Is the offer for us to not leave this cave alive still there? Really thinking about that one.
We can certainly make that happen if that's what you want.
Oh my God, you're so evil.
Did you say you have a bunch of children? Maybe I can entertain them.
I don't know if I trust you with children.
He does like to hug things really hard.
I saw that. And he
I have a
roars.
child setting.
And most of the time it works.
Yes, my child safe setting is very safe about 65% of the time.
He whispers to you, does your spooky friend have a child safe setting? Can we turn that on, please?
No, he has an angrier setting though. Would you like me to turn that on?
No. He's scary enough.
All right. So what are we doing here? Are we agreeing that you're gonna go talk to the reporters?
Yeah, we're gonna go see Echo, and we're gonna. Do you want to write a script or something? What do you want us to tell him?
You can use your words, but tell them that you were hired to steal the other team's mascot by, you know, the Neon Marauders,
Annihilators.
Neon Annihilators, to discredit the other team while they're here.
What if they ask us for proof or something?
We could always let them take Jack with them.
No.
No. I mean, we know we stole Jack, but what if what if they say isn't that shoddy reporting if they don't source their sources or something? I don't know much about journalism or news.
Just say you were approached in the bar to steal the other team's mascot,
Uh-huh.
and being the upstanding gentleman that you are, you chose not to do it.
Oh, but then George chimes in, but we did do it. See, look, Jack, right? You said his name is Jack. He's right there. We took him. We let him out, gave him the carrots. It was real easy. He loves carrots. Let me tell you.
Well, we're going to take him with us.
Yeah, I gathered that much.
So you can go tell the story and say, oh, we did take him and the team got him back. And then no one's going to hire you. Or you can make yourself sound better and say, no, we refused because we're good people and have higher standards than that.
They look at each other. Yeah, we're good people, and they definitely don't believe it. Maybe we could become good people. How does it pay to be good people?
Depends upon who you go into business with.
What if we went into business with you guys? How much would you pay us to be good people?
That's a
To be
magic
just good
question.
people, I'm not paying you anything.
Oh, this is a racket.
But we could have them move our stuff. After all, our coach is just a bowl of jello.
Yeah, you don't have to be good people. You just have to be good haulers.
Oh, we can move stuff.
And then he leans down to Gorgeous George and is like, he's lime flavored.
Really?
He also hates it when you lick him.
Well, yeah, it's kind of rude without consent. Like your hugs, very, very rude.
They are rude. That is true.
So, where do we have to move stuff to and from?
From the stadium to the bus, and the bus to the stadium,
You got
and
to.
the stadium to the bus, and the bus to the stadium. And he continues on that.
Whoa, wait a minute. You got a bus?
Yes.
What do you got under the hood? Is it like a Hemi? It's definitely a V8. Is it diesel or is it gasoline? He starts getting into it. Oh, and then Pretty Pete just throws up his paws. Oh my god, now you ended it. You had to go and mention the bus. Oh my god.
So would I know what what we have as far as the bus is concerned?
Is this something your character would care about?
I don't know so much care. Like I'm knowledgeable about mechanics. Got a +4.
So yeah, you probably know like the general. If you're not really caring that much, you probably maybe not super specific, but
Yeah.
the overall, you would know if
So
it was
I
gas or diesel.
Yeah, so I would tell him, what information I have, but not do so with any kind of like gusto.
Oh, you like to work on engines?
I know my way around. It's not a pastime. I before amusingly enough, before I got into, Mutant Mayhemball, I was actually a musician.
Oh, well, that's not very mechanical at all.
Nope. But
I can help work on the bus. I love engines.
there you now.
Mm-mm.
Nobody in town needs engine work here.
Well, they're hard to come by. There used to be a bunch of us. We had motorcycles. We were kind of like in a club. It was really cool. We went around riding our motorcycles. Sometimes we take things from other people and drive away on our motorcycles. But yeah, my motorcycle broke down, so they left me.
I think he might have said something about having a motorcycle at one point.
Hmm.
I
Well, you know,
did. She was a beauty, but then something happened. I don't have her anymore, and the rest of the club left me behind. And like, when he like gets up and dusting himself off, you can see like there was a motorcycle rocker on his jacket at one point, and it looks like it was ripped off.
Oh,
oh,
All right, let's go. We're gonna go see Eco, and we'll tell him stuff. And then we'll go work for you guys.
all right. We'll talk to the manager and we'll see what we can make happen. But having, you can prove that you know your way around the engine and aren't gonna mess us up again, then we might be able to work something out.
if
Oh,
nothing else, it lets you get away from your missus.
well, I don't have a missus, but Pete does. She's all right. She's not too bad. You just gotta kind of ignore her. She just loves the badger, that guy. I tell you.
I can imagine.
Hmm.
And then,
Right,
and,
so
and then, like he elbows Herbie. Get it, badger?
Yeah, I just thought he wouldn't give a care.
Oh, he does. Pete's very feeling and is a very feeling and compassionate guy. He just looks kind of gruff on the outside. It's because of that badger. It makes him look mean.
Oh, is he a honey badger?
No, sometimes he likes to pretend he is, but he's not even close. He's a big softy on the inside.
Oh, so he's sweet. So he is a honey badger.
I guess. And these morons will regale you with tales of their exploits as you head back to town.
so
Before we
so
go,
on the mark of so he's sweet. Zostrog will look back to them and say, "Oh, so you're sweet on the inside. I'll keep that in mind in case it comes up." And I'll scoop up the catapus and Jack and begin walking out.
before I get scooped up, would it be fair to say I had enough time to look around to see if there's any more of that magnesium stuff around?
Yeah, you guys
It's
can
always
try and
good. It's always good to have an extra 2 week of magnesium. You know what I mean? Who knows when you need
you
it?
can try and scavenge some magnesium. Give me a nature check. Whoever
First
wants
thing.
to try that.
I mean,
Yeah.
go for it, baby. I'll assist.
I'm
Okay.
I'm at a 6 for that if anybody needs me to.
He's
I'll
better
assist
than
whoever
I am
wants
because I have a
to.
+5.
Don't roll one.
Right?
How about a 25?
Yes.
Woo!
That is much better than a 1. All right, so 25. So you actually you actually are able to harvest um like 5 pounds of raw magnesium.
Holy shit, that's
You're-
a lot.
You're gonna be very careful transporting it, but you can definitely use it for barter and trade.
Sweet. So you want me to put that on my roster there, Catapus?
Absolutely. But like because so you know how cats act like they found shit, but they are like I already saw that type deal. While you wait, I'm like, I found it, you see? But you actually did it, you know what I mean, man? 5 pounds of magnesium. Holy shit. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Probably don't let Dante touch that one.
No. I like my belongings in the place that I stay at right now.
So yeah, you definitely don't want to get attacked by anything that's combustible while you're carrying that.
So how is Jack responding to, his capture and rescue? Does he care or is he happy?
I don't know that he knows that he's been captured or rescued. He is noticing he's out of carrots, though. is what he does seem to notice.
Let's go, buddy. We'll get you some more vegetables. I'll put you in the pantry of the inn and then distract the owner. And he just like scoops him up.
Furlock is so done with this jackalope, man. So fucking done with this jackalope.
His
He's like,
bullshit.
right? Like, look at you sitting there acting all cute. I can be cute too if I want to be.
I
I'm
mean,
working
aren't
my
you
7
guys
charisma.
the away team staying? Staying at the Electric Night.
Yes.
Why would you have to distract Clark? I mean, he'll just feed you and give you drinks.
Oh, he doesn't need to distract him. He just likes the attention.
Oh, okay. I mean, whatever. You guys are the bosses now. Whatever you guys
Sometimes
want.
sometimes it's enjoyable to keep your senses sharp.
So you guys go back to town without any.
So I would probably, kind of, talk to Gorgeous George for a while. At least our wardrobes have some similar vibes to them. Me wearing the spiked leather and what have you with the whole punk rock scene. Um,
Yeah. So they're a little bit slow on the uptake, but once you get past that, they don't seem like really particularly bad guys. Just bad at being bad guys. You got to get out of them. Like they genuinely like the idea of an easy job where no one gets hurt, especially them.
sure.
But then they got hurt, so because Gorgeous George was down to 1 hit point.
Huh.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Wow. Herbie will walk over to Sai while they're going back and just say,
I know that we tend to lug everything around, but maybe it would be good for us to pretend to not be able to do that so these guys feel important.
Sure. I need to like talk to them about their diets and this new like thing that's going on anyway. Like I'm sure they're gonna be all over it, but probably good to let them get settled in first.
Yeah, everyone likes feeling important.
So at this point, you guys are supposed to go to the field and practice, but you're probably feeling kind of tired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll probably go crash for a couple hours and arrive late to the stadium.
All right. Everyone give me a constitution check.
Hey, love that for us.
18.
Like,
I
well,
got
Woohoo!
natural 18. What is my modifier? Is this just a regular check, like a straight check?
Yeah, just your con modifier.
Okay, 21.
Nat 20 for a 22. My dice are performing well this evening.
so I rolled really good at the very beginning of the session. All I gotta say is I am at a grand total of a 1.
Jeez.
I have a -1 as a mod and rolled a
Oh.
2.
Who did you attach yourself to when you were going to play?
I always attach myself to Herbie. He's softer.
He is.
Herbie, you detect snoring and purring.
Hmm.
The three of you perform splendidly, along with the other four players, because you guys kind of like match up 4-on-4 to practice with each other, get a feel for the field. Um, you get to see how the cannon works. You know you're only going to get one shot per period, 3 periods, and it's kind of like whoever can get to it first and make the most of it is going to get to use it. And for you guys, practice goes really well. Herlock sleeps through practice.
Hell yeah.
That's valid.
So we would subtly give the information to the rest of our team, the alternates,
Hmm.
about what we found out about the other team. Clearly, we didn't need to gather information about the field because we're playing on it.
Yeah. Well, at the end of your practice, you are approached by Echo Vox, the voice of Neon Oasis radio station, specialized in broadcasting news, advice, and old world music across the desert. That's literally how he introduces himself to you guys. I talked to Gorgeous George and Pretty Pete, and they told me about a conspiracy to kidnap your mascot. You wanna make a statement?
Yeah, we heard a little bit of a whisper down the lane through Sparks' place that the Neon Annihilators were looking to do some shady business and kind of demoralize the team by not allowing our illustrious Jack to kind of wow the crowd with his fun.
That's
But
that's a serious accusation. Do you have any proof or evidence?
I mean, sadly, it's a little bit of a whisper down the lane, but it's it is what it is.
I don't think
Jack
that's
still.
I don't think that's going to be admissible in a court of law. But while I got you here, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and your strategy for beating the Neon Annihilators?
Well, we might be a new team, but we've got some solid plans. Certainly not going to share our tactics here, but we work well together. We've just had a chance to check out the field, and uh, we got some fun planned for tomorrow. Let's just leave it at that.
Really? And who are you again? For those who may not be so familiar with you.
So I'm Zostrog, fun arachnoid. It's here to enjoy the game, and if you want to learn a little bit more, you can check out our sponsors. And down in the description below, you'll find a link to be able to play some D&D in a castle with Dave and myself, or follow us on Zoo Mafia for when we relaunch that Kickstarter.
Oh, that's all well and good. How about you, my fine furry friend? And the microphone gets pushed inside his face.
I'm Sai, and that's the only name that's gonna matter before too long.
Whoa. What about the
Uh,
rest of your teammates?
I mean, mine. That's whatever. Okay. So my sponsor writes a lot of weird shit, but you should probably go check that out. That's also linked in the description below. Megan R. Miller or something like that. I think the R is important, or you won't be able to find the right shit. I don't know.
But their name won't matter anyway, because it's all going to be all about Sai. Hey,
All
man, how
about
about
Sai.
you? How about you, my fluffy friend? You look so soft and cuddly. What are you going to be able to do on the field?
I am very soft and cuddly. I like to kill my opponents with kindness. That's what I call when I smother them with hugs. Sometimes they don't breathe anymore, but that just means they're not special enough to survive.
Got dark really fast.
And my sponsor is a guy named Bobby, and he does stuff all across the internet and plays other games in other places and is a writer.
Ah, yes, that's good. It's good that you all have sponsors. Helps pay the bills. And what about you? And Harlock, you're awoken to a microphone being like tapped on your head as he's trying to wake you up.
Just hisses like, what's this?
Who are you? What do you do? What's your position?
My position is making things happen. Oh, he notices the camera crew. Oh, shit, wait a minute. Wakes up a little bit. Yes. Perlock, my sponsor, Volcanic Knight. You can find him on the internet. Very, very, very good chap right there. Very knowledgeable on things. And yes, you can find his link in the description as well as some other things.
What do you guys plan on doing tomorrow with your day of rest? You got any big plans?
Plan on winning. That's the only plan that matters.
We'll see. I hear good things about those Neon Annihilators. Of course, I'm rooting for them. They're the home team. No offense.
No, none taking. I'm assuming I'm still wearing their shit. And like, by the way, you may want this. And
It's slimy.
but it's a Neon Annihilator. You'll love it.
Yeah, I guess. Well, with that, until next time, sports fans, we'll be back here on game day. And until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.